Hey. Sean, hello there. Alright, let's get to work. Hey. Hey, haphazard. I think I just got the pun in your name. Haphazard. So let's go for about an hour. See how much I get done. Boy. Seriously. One more big push. Hello? Maybe more than one. As in I'm giving birth? So I got a message from someone earlier. It's almost there. I got a message from someone and they were like, why is... Oh, this isn't the right effect. But they were like, why is your Manifold Garden Instagram page picture so ugly? They were like, how come all the pictures are blurry? And, you know, stuff like this. And I was like, did you look at the whole page? And then they were like, oh, sorry, my bad. Yeah, I actually post a lot of gameplay video that I don't post anywhere else. So, for example, like here, I mean, you probably see it on the stream, but I thought it's kind of cool. You can choose to display it in different ways. Do you not have Do you not have Instagram? Yeah, I don't really use it. One thing that I really don't like with Instagram is it, you know, I only follow my own. So I have like my William Cheer account and then the Manifold Garden account, and I don't really use the William Cheer one too much. It's mostly just like images of like cool architectural details that I come across. So I only follow myself, right? Like on my game account I follow me, and on my personal account I follow the game, but it still shows me all these other images, mostly Instagram models. I think they're quite big. Did you see my did you see that kitchen picture? Dude posted posted a picture of the kitchen that his wife painted. The triangle. Oh, hey! Garlic too. You guys have moving on up. Time to celebrate. No longer cubes. I think social media is for introverts. You get to be social without having to actually talk to people. Man, I'm really looking forward to getting a build of this game out. Oh, yeah, that's the worst. I get that. I know that feeling all too well. So I've got a kind of a map of the whole game, and I'm just going through it and checking off the ones that I've checked. It's like super tedious. Yeah, it should 6 to 8 hours if you don't do the if you're not a completionist. I would recommend against playing it for more than 6 to 8 hours at a time. But I'm really looking forward to getting more feedback on the game. I need What's up, Hassan? I was just talking about how I want to get this game out so I can start, getting a sense of which problems are, where the problems in the game are. Were you in the alpha testing group? There are a few Easter eggs. Not at the moment. But for the final one, yeah. I'm not. The problem is that it's too hard to get it working. Yeah, it doesn't make sense to put the Easter eggs in just yet. I'm gonna wait until all the main stuff is in and done. Yeah. It's not. Though a lot of the stuff that I was thinking about, that would not be possible. I mean, a lot of the stuff that I was planning on saving for Easter eggs ended up just becoming full-on gameplay mechanics. You know, like that world growing stuff. That was not really intended to be in the game, but I kind of found a way to make it work. So, might not have any. Might not have anything left for Easter eggs. Which one place there might be an Easter egg? Which one? You should DM me just so there's so much going on. It's easy for me to forget things. You can like whisper. If you click on my name, just whisper. Just send me a whisper. Oh wait, I can whisper you. Oh. Oh. There's a bunch of places like that. There are a lot of really good places to hide things. The thing is, I just don't want. Sometimes the Easter eggs get too much. I like it when they're super subtle, but I don't know if it's possible to do subtle in Manifold Garden. Like, you know, for example, if you have a game and it's got posters, like you can put, you know, a reference to another game in the poster. I'm not really sure that that's something that can be done here. Seagull doesn't like you land animal. I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna be right back in 5 minutes. Alright, I am back. One puzzle. The coffee one? If it wasn't Signal, as obviously. Interesting. Put a faint 3D. Maybe. Yeah, like the game is so bare. I am going to do Steam achievements not because I want to, but because people will get angry if I don't. Because I'm gonna do trophies for PS4. Which thing are you talking about in The Witness? Alright, see you, water retard. The bird in The Witness. I actually don't know what you're talking about there. I guess I never found that. I mean, I like to do stuff that like showcases the development of the game, but then but Antichamber already did that, and you know, the last thing I need is more comparisons to Antichamber. So, I don't know. I like self-referential. I feel like, you know, what would be more interesting than Easter eggs is actually just discovering new ways of approaching the puzzle. No? Maybe? That's not, I mean, that already kind of happens in the game. There are, I would hope, already a bunch of mind-blown moments. It's, you know, the thing with mind-blowing moments is it does sort of get old. Like you can't keep blowing people's minds. At some point they get tired of that. No, it's actually, I mean, it's easy to fit dead ends. Like, dead ends are super easy to do in the game. But it's like, I want to do... The Cairo Coffee is too much. I like to do something like the dev room, but yeah, like I said, Antechamber already did it. So I feel like there's not, yeah. You know, like if it's something super cool, from a mechanics perspective, then it's like, well, might as well just put that in the game. Yeah, we'll see. We will see. Right. Yeah, like somebody was saying with, I think they said they found the Easter eggs in Talos Principle a little bit too on the nose. You know, it's like all these Devolver Digital references. And it sort of took them out of it a bit. Yeah, it's like, what's his name? Tarantino. You know, just in the sense that a lot of his movies are referencing other movies, and then it's like if you don't know what movies he's referencing, you just don't know what he's talking about. Yeah, but it's hard to do Easter eggs without that. Especially with, I think, with this game, because it's so abstract. You know, so I think I'm just gonna have cool things in the game and have them be integrated in the design. And if you find that stuff, you find that stuff. Like the Big Bang Theory. The Big Bang Theory, they're just making references and not actually jokes. I mean, I am thinking of having puzzles that are maybe like incredibly difficult to solve, and maybe nobody will solve them. Kind of like that thing in what's that game? Shadow of the Colossus. I don't know if people get obsessed over games as much anymore. Fez had something similar going on as well. Yeah, like yeah. Well, people did, but I'm saying like in. That's like the last time I saw a puzzle game people were crazy about. Bless me. Ooh. But I haven't really seen that in recent years. But were people like, was the whole internet getting together to solve some weird thing in The Witness? Maybe. Witness madness wasn't quite on the same level as Fez madness. I mean, I saw a lot of people complaining about the final room. Saw a lot of that in The Witness. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Manifold Garden is huge. I think the size of the game is more. I think the scale is much more similar to Fez. It's very sprawling, which I like. I get lost in it myself. And I'm the designer, so I don't know how people will play it. It's a tricky thing because, you know, I know as players tend to like it when things are compartmentalized. And that's also like good for your brain because you can like, it feels a lot longer when you don't have these checkpoints. Because your brain has to like store all the progress you've made up until now. But you know, like for example, in Dishonored, you finish a level and then it closes. You see the stats and it's over, and then you're like, okay, I don't have to think about the last level. Whereas in Manifold Garden, you sort of do. It all ties together, and I'm not sure how that will work out. Like, it might turn out to be just too exhausting. Like when I used to not have these very clear accomplishment points, and people would play for 20 minutes and they'd start to say like, man, how long is this game? Like, because your brain starts to get a bit tired to have to like remember all this stuff. So there needs to be moments where you can like put something away, and I think the game might not be. The game is sort of pushing the limits of that. Whether that's a good thing or not, I don't know. Well, not really, right? Because there are like puzzles that are span across levels. There are certain things, but there's no map. There's no level select system. There's no there's no points. Like, the game doesn't tell you when you've finished something. So I am very curious to see how that turns out. That's kind of one of the things that I when playtesting I want to be testing for. So we'll see. Yeah, there's some stuff in the game that I think is really cool, but it might be too much. And I'm not saying that as in like, oh, I think my game is ahead of its time. I mean more sort of some of the feelings that I really like and that I want to try to evoke. I'm not sure if they're necessarily align with what players like. Like, I think a lot of people play games and they want to get a sense of accomplishment, and I know I do too. Right? That's why you have like those stats and all that. But I also just want to have this space that's like sprawling and feels like more than you can handle, but you end up getting lost in there. And just you're kind of constantly stumbling across something new and fascinating. It's like when you're in a foreign country and you don't have your phone and you don't speak the language. So yeah, but I'm not sure if that I can pull that off from a design standpoint while still making it fun. You know. Like, I think Manifold Garden will be really hard to 100%, and I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of flack for that. Even though the game was designed intentionally to not be able to you know, so that you can't 100% it easily. I think that's a lot of the criticisms that people have been saying for Breath of the Wild. Which part promotes healthy behavior? The completionist attitude. The thing is, so like, one of the things that, yeah, that like, it's like being a completionist in an open world, right? It sort of conflicts with that because, well, you know, one of the things is you want to fill the world with a whole bunch of stuff. It's like, you know, we put mailboxes in the city. Obviously, you want them in like every single corner. No, just the idea, like, as a designer. Hey, Srinafi, thank you for the Twitch Prime subscription. Bring people over from John Blow's stream. No, so for open world, it's like you want people to stumble across cool things very frequently. So you put that all over the place, right? So it's like you're putting, it's like mailboxes. You have them in every corner in the city. And that's cool because then it's like when you need to send mail, it's like, oh, there's a mailbox. You don't have to go very far. You can just like stumble across one. But when all of a sudden now it's like you got to go to every single mailbox, then it becomes really tedious, right? Hello, damn scout. So yeah, so like I feel like when you're designing this open world non-linear game, you kind of want to like fill it with a lot of stuff so that people, you know, it doesn't matter what path they take, they'll still come across this cool thing. So there's a number of different ways you can finish the game. Sort of like the lasers in The Witness, but And if you just sort of do that minimum number, I think it's kind of fun because you can do it without. You can just kind of explore and stumble across it and then finish the game. But if you try to 100% it, then it gets super tedious because it's like not designed for that. So I feel like that's a design problem. Like it feels like that it's at odds. The way you design the game is at odds with the way how some people want to play it. So I'm not sure how to resolve that. You know, I'm thinking of going to culinary school. If it all depends on how the game does, but the one thing that's kind of I'm thinking about is going to culinary school, which would be really fun. And I would definitely stream that. I'd stream cooking. Do I have a lifelong thread to my career? No. If I can do what I want and be creative, I would be very happy. I see what you did there. No, I mean I'm not opposed to making another game. I don't really know what I don't have like another idea at the moment. You know, I definitely don't. I would definitely not make a game by myself again. That process is too painful. And I would like to collaborate with other people. You know, I'm sort of working with other people now, but I'd like to work with other people from the beginning. Like to have an idea that comes about through collaboration. Lonery? I don't feel lonely. It's more just like it's so much work. Imagine if I had to do it working 40 plus hours a week day job. If my, you know, imagine if this was my day job, or you're saying if I had to do this on top of working 45 hours a week. Yeah, I don't think I'd be able to do it. On top of, yeah, I would not be able to make Manifold Garden while holding down another job. I mean, I spend 6 hours a day on development. I spend 6 hours a day every day on development alone. So not including like the marketing business side of things. Like just time spent in Unity is about 6 hours a day, right? So that's already 40 plus hours. Yeah, I just passed on all the worries, all the anxiety and fears. Just you can just download it straight into your head. You get to experience that secondhand. Programming and data science background. Maybe there was you know, I just saw this video from Max Landis. He's a screenwriter, and the video he was talking about how you have to eat your ashes. You know, just make the thing your first ideas. They're gonna be crap, but you just learn from that experience. And you know, and to be fair, Manifold Garden is not my first. Well, okay, so it is my first game, but I've remade the thing like 50 times. So, yeah. And even still, I think I can benefit from. Definitely could have benefited from having gone through another shipping process. For me, the like the idea of using program simulations for creating entire environments to think in, like environment for building intuition for. Interesting. Yeah. That almost sounds like more than a game. You know, that sounds like a new way of learning, which I think is cool, and you should do. But yeah, I think. But you know, with all this stuff, is you just have to be, research the market and be aware of what you're getting into. Brett's work at YCR. What's YCR? Interesting. Real Talks environment for authoring and using computational media. Oh, at Y Combinator? Oh, interesting. I think you'd enjoy his talk. Is there a talk, or I just saw that there was it was just like 3 paragraphs. Oh, later down, yeah. Oh, got it. Thanks for that. I'll put it on my watch later list. Human representation of thought. Well, he certainly has very good titles. Stop Drawing Dead Fish. All right. Ciao, Srini Spy, our undercover agent. Infiltrating Jonathan Blow's dev streams. Man, this level is taking forever to build. Oh, there we go. Hey, Doombox. How's it going? How's have you moved or how is the move? Yeah. I think even John himself would not recommend that I port my game over to Jai. At least not at the moment. He's like, please just finish your game. You said you had put in the 2 weeks notice at work, I think a week ago. Or was it 2? I have my last day at work next week. Okay, so I was right. Moving 1st of August, so you got some time. You got a month. Do you have to look for a place? I might have to move. Yeah, yeah, we might have to move out of our apartment. I'm gonna stay in Chicago, you know. But I would prefer not to move though. At least I'd like to. I'm like, just one more year. Just let me finish my game. You know, let me not have to worry about finding an apartment, packing, moving, all that stuff. All I need is 8 more months. Please, nobody buy this place. Yeah, they are, well, interested. She's looking into it. But we'll see. There's one coding boot camp. I've not done those. There's one. I know there's one in Chicago. What's it called? Starter League, like a 3 months thing. I think it's a little bit longer than a boot camp. I've not looked into them, but I've seen people. Like Serenify, right? Went through coding boot camp and now works at Snapchat. I've heard a few stories of that. Wait, you're graduating? I thought you were like second year. Cause aren't you doing co-op? Oh yeah, for your co-op, right? Interesting. Hacker Reactor. I'm hoping that, you know, the kind of worst case scenario with Manifold Garden is at least I have a good piece in my portfolio and can look and can find work. I don't know how relevant that is. It's like, you know, I might not have the immediate skills, but perhaps the fact that I've made and shipped a game is a good sign. Maybe not. Might be like oh, stay away from this guy. He doesn't know when to quit. What the fuck? Yeah, the thing is, though, I don't like programming that much. I'm really more of a designer. Like, I'd love to work on like electric cars or something. Cool. Well, Doombox, sounds like you got some good leads. Having a complete commercial project is a huge deal for them. Yeah. We'll see. It's yeah, it's not, I don't want to get ahead of myself here. Just focus on making the best game I can. Oh, this is a cool level. What the? What's this guy? You know, these guys coming from nowhere. Decent job in a program min team? Programming team? Yeah. That's a good screenshot. Oh, hey, congrats. I did not know EA had offices in Canada. I'm guessing that's EA Toronto. Yeah, Twitch Whisper. had a friend working at a data science place here in Chicago. I don't remember the name. He's now at Google, doing stuff with the restaurants. It's like when you search for restaurants, it was like previously it was a 4-step process, and he got it down to a 2-step process or something. But they were at this place. I don't know the name. Yeah, it's super small. It's like there were like 8 people. I don't know if there's that many. It wasn't big, but that's what he does at Google now. But they were helping the Pistons pick they were helping the Pistons with their draft pick, which I thought was kind of cool. I guess that stuff is very data driven. Datascope. That's it. It's Datascope. Yeah. They do they were in this really lovely building in downtown Chicago with like one of those old elevators. You had to like pry open the door. They do I remember the thing they did a lot of pair programming. That was their big thing. Yeah, Datascope, that's it. Yeah, I need to start adding analytics once we start once we start beta testing, just to know where, if like people are spending 2 hours on one level, like maybe there's a problem I should be looking into. Because people will always tell you that they had fun, nobody's like, your game sucked. The original Donkey Kong. Oh yeah, that's just, I think that's Emporium. It's one of the barcades on the north side. Yeah, there's a few. There's one called Emporium, and there's another. There's quite a few of them now, in Chicago. Emporium is one, and there's a Headquarters is another. Yeah, Emporium. They just opened up another location. They actually started in New York, but I think their Chicago locations are doing much better. That feels pretty badass. You went to UChicago? Yeah, I was already there, and then I stayed around for art, because I was like, okay, maybe New York is a bit too intense to go to right away, and it's sort of like in improv comedy. In comedy, they say Chicago is the place to be if the place you want to be is New York, because everybody here, though they train at Second City, and then they go to SNL in New York. But I was kind of thinking the same thing. But then it just turned out that there was a really good indie game development scene here in Chicago, so that that worked out well. Like it wasn't it wasn't my intention. You know, I didn't stay for just because I didn't like come here because there was a good game development scene, but it turned out that there was one. And now I'm here because like it's you know, it's comfortable for me. I don't you know, I'm actually, yeah, like I know where to buy groceries. I got this gym I like, you know, like I got all this stuff that I don't have to think about because yeah, and I can just focus on the game. Oh, you know, I was at this cool thing in San Francisco because I was in San Francisco a few weeks earlier this month for a Unity thing, and they took me to this. Man, I don't know what the name of it is called, but it happens like 3 times a week, and it's just this big warehouse that they convert into video games. I'm sure you know the name of it. People were playing beer pong, and they had like. You know, multiplayer games, Smash Mouth tournaments, Smash Brother tournaments. Favorite Rampage. Yeah, Smash. Ah, man, it's like by I'll find out the name. Yeah. It was who can do the worst cover of that L song. I'm such a bad Smash Mouth fan. But I feel like in 1997, everybody in my 5th grade class was singing that song. Folsom Street. Yeah, that's it. The Foundry. Yeah, that's it. They'd call it the Foundry. Yeah, that's it. I knew it was the something. Yeah, the Foundry. So it's only open on like, it's like Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. And you know, you go and there's just like a lot of video game things. It's pretty cool. They have food as well. Kitchen does close at 10 or 11, so you were there and I got hungry. But there wasn't any food for me to eat. May have gotten pizza somewhere else, maybe. Yeah, the Foundry. I was at a bachelor party and it was very tame. We went to karaoke. It's the only bachelor party I've ever been to. And I was like, this is not what was promised in the movies. And people just kept singing Smash Mouth. Let's see, World Zero. Let's see, this is 126. Blue facing green, so we're gonna do blue facing yellow. Well, Juan and me. Yeah, it was another game developer friend. So, what did I expect? I wasn't even drunk. Which was just like, my friend was like, you didn't even get drunk. So it was just a night of really awful music. Okay, 126. Yeah, so that's 126. Super Mario Brothers by the rapper Logic. I keep seeing Logic's name around these days. His name is Sir Robert Bryson Hall II. Is he knighted or his father name, his first name is Sir? Yeah. Where's that hallway? Okay, hallway. Alright, world 126. Do you guys like Lil Chano? I think Chance the rapper. He seems to be making waves. He's from Chicago. There's a local a coffee shop in my neighborhood has a portrait of Chance on the wall. There's this giant portrait of Chance the rapper. Oh, he streams? Yeah, up and coming. I don't listen to a lot of contemporary music, so my downstairs neighbor is a rapper, actually. He's been showing me some of his stuff. Man, he streams. That's cool. I should be a rapper. Is that really him? He's only got a... Oh no, he has more followers than me. Should get him to play my game. Logic. The rapper. The song Everything. Now I'm just pretending like I know him. 126 is blue facing yellow. Everybody, not a Damn, I can't even pretend to be a Logic fan. Might have to delete this stream archive so Logic doesn't find out when I ask him to play my game. And/or you know, I feel like at some point it just got too hard to keep up with the latest music. It's just too much work. Then again, I spend most of the day listening to video game... I spend most of the day listening to soundtracks from video games that came out in the 90s. So that might have something to do with that. Oh, you should share with me because I'm. Lately, it's just been like Age of Empires and Stardew Valley. Zelda Master. Those are all intense. Those are like you listen to that before you go to the gym. I need the good stuff that's like borderline music. Welcome back, Haphazard. I need music. That's the stuff they play in the elevator. Elevator music. Background music. The social network. You know, that stuff gets silenced though. I think on I think move because they use that to see if you're like, I don't know, illegally showing the movie or something. You guys think Zuckerberg isn't gonna run for president? I hope not. Too much power, man. Oh, Tron, I've got that. Oh, Guardians of the Galaxy is good. Interstellar. Rush? Ah, Hans Zimmer. He did that for... He also did Days of Thunder. Too much influence. He's got a pretty wide range. Like, Days of Thunder is, you know, 80s rock, 80s pop. I don't know what you call that. Lots of synth. Oh yeah, we play that sometimes. And then everybody gets all nostalgic. Daniel's been in... I think Daniel's been in the chat a few times. Daniel, the Minecraft composer. Dust Force is fantastic. It's too bad their new game isn't gonna be... their new game is first person, so it's more like ambient. Which is kind of a bummer because I love Terrence's music. Man, just connecting up these levels takes forever. Like, I keep underestimating how long tying up loose ends takes. Like, I've got all the main stuff, but now I just have to set up these connections. And it's like I gotta set up across multiple levels. I gotta test it. I gotta generate all this stuff. This is why it's good for streaming, because there's so much downtime. Like, look at this, right? It's like if I weren't streaming, I would just get distracted on Reddit, and then, 2 hours later, I'm reading some like super depressing Reddit thread about some obscure hobby. Alright. I know it happens way too often. And it's that the 2-minute ones that are, what the huh. What the Are you serious? I did not save it. Oh! Oh, come on. Ah! Which MacBook Pro do you have? I think once like content design is locked, we'll start doing the Mac testing. Retina MacBook Pro 15. I think that should be okay. Okay, I think that should work. Okay, yeah. That I think that'd be a good standard to go for. I am, yeah. Gotta get that designer demographic. Yeah, it's not. I mean, the priority is PC, PS4. And at least for the first few rounds of beta testing, it's going to be PC only, just because I'm more concerned about design, and it just doesn't make sense to like have to make multiple platforms at this stage. But yeah, I think once it's all locked down, I'd like to, especially because the game is written with Unity. It shouldn't be not necessarily it's going to be easy, but Well, yeah, sort of, but you end up having to write a lot of like, yeah, like shaders end up being different. There's, and then just having to test it, right? It means you gotta test both the PC build and the Mac build. Then you have like the PS4 build. Like I see a lot of Kickstarters, and they're like, hey, we're using Unity, so it's gonna come out PC, Mac, Linux, PS4, Xbox, Nintendo Switch, PSVR, Oculus, Vive, and you're like, slow down there. Every one of those consoles is an incredible amount of new work you have to do. I'm barely managing PC, PS4 at the moment. Just testing. There's not. I don't know. People keep talking about unit testing. I don't know if that's something that like works in games. Right. It's just watching people play, having notes. All right. See you, Doombox. Good luck with the final week. And a lot of the stuff I'm testing for is design, so I need actual player feedback. Oh, this level's huge. Yeah, like I know some devs you can do automated testing where you have the computer, you make a build and then it gets the player, like it records the button moves to do it, but you do have to play through the whole thing every time you make a design change, and that's just making sure things are working and not so much like, oh fuck, this level is too intense. Yeah, man, that frame rate drop. The shaders will not be the problem. Yeah, the problem is not the shaders. Yeah, it's just like you try to do a lot of QA, you try to do a lot of testing, and just kind of hope you catch as many of that stuff as you can before sending out the game. All right, guys, this has been an hour and a half. I need to take a break. We got a few more levels, but I'm gonna get some ice cream and commit these changes. I don't know if you guys have any questions. Oh, and hey, man, we are 11 followers away from 4,000. So if you are enjoying the stream, you should follow the channel. My roommate has some ice cream. Go for it. Actually, I would be pretty pissed if my roommate ate my ice cream. Now, if it's your significant other, that's a different story. Yeah, best to treat your roommate like your colleague. I could do an AMA about the game. You mean when it's done? Yeah, I see people. A lot of devs do that. I don't know. It's people usually don't do it on game dev. They do it on gaming. I feel like it has to be a game that people are interested in. Otherwise, you just get downvoted. I think you gotta pitch the whole, like you gotta go less so like yeah, I mean I think I'm gonna do it once. I'll probably do it, you know, before release. People are always like, hey man, you know, it's like me and my best friend quit our jobs and pour our savings into into this game, and we spend the last 10 years of our lives making it. Yeah, it's about the story. I'll do it. I definitely plan on it. Yeah, I've been keeping that devlog for like 3 years. I've also been doing this series where I talk about the early evolution of the game. I think I definitely want to do an AMA before release. Yeah. So the cool thing is, if you Google, here's kind of something that's really cool, and I'm glad I took the work, and I don't want to let this get to my head, but it was kind of a cool affirmation. If you Google indie game 2017, Manifold Garden comes up here, and like, okay, Cuphead, that's like, okay, everybody keeps talking about it, so that doesn't count. Rhyme, so everyone was talking about it. Pyre, you know, that's the guys, they made those other 2 games that are really famous. Bastion and Transistor, Supergiant, Night in the Woods, indie favorite. Absolver, this is a cool fighting game. Strafe, that had the crazy marketing campaign. Now, I've never heard of this game. I've not heard of Battle Chasers before. Oh, but it's THQ Nordic. That's the, that other game. That village building game that's quite big, I think, right? I guess I can just click on it. What games they did, oh, and they did Alan Wake. Okay, so they're huge. Oh, and they published Ori and the Blind Forest? Oh, interesting. Interesting. Anyway. Wait, how are they indie? Instagram. Manifold Garden Instagram is my favorite thing. So I'm pretty stoked. Like, okay, like considering all of these are big games, but maybe it's just showing up like this because it's mine. I don't know. When you guys Google indie game 2017, does Manifold Garden show up? So that's now the problem is I don't think I'm gonna come out in 2017. But yeah, so this I'm super happy with this. It actually looks better on mobile because the white spaces are a little bit closer together. But you know, I have like there's some gameplay video. Same lineup, yes, it's good. Yeah, like here, you know. It's actually a lot of work to do this, right? Because the video has to start with the image and then fade in so that it shows up as that image. It's not on my TIG source link. I know. It's although I'm on all the social medias. Oh, fantastic. I don't know if there are people still using TIG source. Where would I? Oh, you're talking about like in my signature? Ooh. Oh, I think he just means that the lineup is the same in India as well. Now let me see who's. Oh, good. I need to get on that list. I need to get on Indie Game 2018. No, he's saying I don't have like my devlog doesn't have a link to my social media. Doesn't link to have. There's too many, man. There's too many. But I like I don't know if people really use Instagram for games. But anyway, I do think it looks awesome. I do really like this. So it doesn't go back too far. My hope is like, what I think would be kind of cool is to announce the release date on Instagram. Okay, nobody steal my idea, but you know, like it in one row it just says like 2018. Then the next day it's got the date, and then it's got the month. I think that'd be pretty awesome. But yeah, I'm gonna just I add like a row or two every day, every other day. It's like I add like a row a day. But yeah, that thing is a lot of work to maintain. So yeah, I'm on all the social medias. I don't know what works. I mean, you just gotta be everywhere. Well, so the thing with Instagram is it's got high interaction rate, but it's mainly mobile, right? I'm assuming most of the users are mobile. And the question is like, are they buying games? Do people buy games on their phone? Because I find out games from Twitter. You know, like it's got a lot of interaction, but most of that people taking selfies and like Instagram fitness models, you know? So it's not just about being somewhere with high interaction. It's you want to be somewhere with the right type of interaction, like, which is why Twitch is awesome, because you know people here are into games, more or less. Haphazard, thanks for stopping by. I will see you around. Have a good one. So yeah, I also don't know how things spread on Instagram. Like, it doesn't have, you know, Twitter you can retweet, Twitch you can host, Facebook you can share. You can't really do that on Instagram. So I don't really know how it grows. Anyway, time for some ice cream, and let's see if anyone else is. Speaking of hosting, let's see who else is streaming. All right, well, looks like oh, what? My friend, let's see. Siege Games is doing some level redesign, so I'm gonna host them. Alright, I will see you all later. Have a good one, everyone. Bye-bye.